Hi everyone, it's Michelle from It's Our Turn.Style. Today, making something that's not quite simple, but delicious and worth every bit of time that you spend making it. And in honor of St. Patrick's Day, I am making stout chocolate cupcakes with Baily's Irish cream frosting. It is unbelievable. What a great way to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So let's go over some of the items that we need. Well, actually all of them. So first I'm going to give you the information for the dry ingredients, because first what we'll do is we will mix our dry ingredients and then add that to our wet ingredients. That's what you always do with baking. Baking is a science and we're going to follow it. So here we go. So the first thing that we're going to need is a half a cup of Dutch cocoa. It's not the same as the cocoa that you get, like the Nestle cocoa. The Dutch, and I looked this up, it's not because it comes from the Dutch, though it might. I didn't read that far, to tell you the truth. But Dutch processed cocoa has sodium in it. It's a whole different thing, but it tastes so much better, I think, and it makes the best hot chocolate. That's what my dad used to make for us. So anyway, so here we go with our half cup of Dutch processed cocoa. And use good stuff because you're going to be eating it. And you deserve it because it's your turn. It's our turn. And we do it with style. So here we go. There is our half cup of Dutch processed cocoa. And then what we're going to do is we have here, where is it? My flour. We're going to add our flour. 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Put that to the side. Next what we have is 1 1/4 cup, you could use up to a half cup, but I find it's a little too sweet, of granulated sugar. Looking good so far to me. And 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder. And I had already measured it out. Actually, this isn't so difficult so far. It's just getting all the ingredients correct in the correct measure. Okay, so we're going to just blend that up a little as we go, because those are our dry ingredients, except for my teaspoon of salt. So here we go, my colorful measuring cups, measuring spoons. Okay, here we go. Now salt doesn't make your food taste salty when you add it in sweetness. It actually elevates the flavor. It tastes and brings out the flavor and everything. Delish, delish. So ladies and gentlemen, introducing our mixed dried ingredients. Part 1, done. Maybe it is simple. Okay, we're gonna say it's simple. I sure know it's easy. It's very simple to eat. Okay, our dry ingredients are done. Now what we're gonna do next is move over to our mix master and blend up our wet ingredients. And now we'll start with our wet ingredients, and we'll begin with 2 fresh eggs, large. And if you've ever watched me cook before on It's Our Turn.Style on YouTube, you know that I always check for freshness with every egg that I use by doing a simple thing. Cracking them individually in a bowl or a cup to make sure there's no spots and that the yolk is nice and firm and keeps its shape. That's the sign of a good egg. Be a good egg. See how pretty? Nice. No shells. Woohoo! There's one. And we'll do our other egg. Crack our other one. Making sure it's fine. It's a beauty. And here's 2. So we have our 2 eggs. Our next ingredient is 1 stick of butter. It's St. Patrick's Day, and butter is delicious, but I figured that I'd use the best butter. And the best butter is always that Irish butter in the store. It's so creamy. It's better than the other ones. I don't know. Maybe Irish cows are just nicer, or made, or kept better. I don't know. But it's good. It's good. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is just beat that together. Beat it, beat it, beat it. I love it. Makes it a really bright color. It's gorgeous yellow. It's like the sun on a really beautiful summer day. Spring's coming! It's good stuff. Well, these cupcakes are fantastic, especially at the end of a great corned beef and cabbage celebration meal, which you can find crock-pot recipe of corned beef and cabbage on It's Our Turn.Style, and let me tell you, that's great. Some beer, end it with these stout cupcakes with Baily's Irish cream frosting, and you know what? You're going to want every day to be St. Patty's Day. Okay, we're in our last batch here of the dry, and then everything will be mixed together. Nice. Now with it almost done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape down. Going to get a hold of the English language first. No, I'm going to scrape down, that's the word. I'm going to scrape down whatever came to the side and wasn't able, whatever went to the side and wasn't able to get mixed up, because I want everything incorporated. Every little bit of that cocoa powder should go in there. That cocoa powder mixture. Oh, it's in there now. That's right. Everyone in the pool. We're not letting anyone get away. No, sir. Oh, it's hard. Okay. And that is batter ready. So what I've done is I've lined my cupcake tray with really cute St. Patty's Day cupcake holders. And what we'll do is we will fill each cup up halfway. We're almost there. Okay, I'm just about to fill up these beautiful, cute little cupcake holders with the shamrocks on them in gold and green. Pick them up. You can pick up any of these at the dollar store, at your local grocery, craft shop. They all have it. So I'm just about to divide it up, but what I like to do is I'm going to add I'm going to get my measuring spoon, just 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Can't forget that. And I'll give it a couple of zhuzhes around. Okay, now they're perfect. Okay. They smell so good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off the excess from the blender. The whipping part, whip it good. Do I dare? You know what? I do. OMG. If they're this good on the blender part, on the whipper, it's going to be great. Baked. I'm going to go wash my hands so I can divide this up. All right, hands washed. That's important. Okay, we have our bowl here loaded with our cupcakes batter, and we're going to fill them halfway up. Now, a little trick that I've discovered out of necessity is, besides getting the non-stick muffin cupcake trays, what I like to do is I like to spray a little bit of the Pam or you know, the spring stuff, so that nothing sticks, because sometimes when it goes over, it doesn't look good and they're hard to clean. So I'm going to give this a final mix. Oh my God, it's so good. And I have already set my oven to 350 degrees. It's ready. Look how smooth that is. Don't you just want to eat that now? I do, but I won't. Because first of all, that would be rather rude not to invite you to partake with me, because it's important to share. But a little gluttonous. And I want to wait till they're baked with, and then stuffed with our delicious, and I'm not kidding, Baily's Irish cream frosting. If this dessert doesn't say St. Patrick's Day, I'm sorry, I don't know what does. So I'm going to just fill these halfway up. And I'm not kidding. All my cupcake batter is in the tray. What I need to do is I bang it down lightly to get out all the air bubbles. Okay, while I'm waiting for my oven to hit the 350, it's taking a while, but it'll be ready. I'm ready when it's ready. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to make the, if you thought those were good, because it's sweet and has a little bit of the bitter from the stout, I don't think there's anything better. I would like to cook everything with beer. I'm going to have to experiment with that. But now comes my frosting. And again, use the good stuff. That's what it's there for. And you're the one eating it. So you want the best for yourself. And if you're going to someone's house, you only want to bring the best, because it is a reflection of you. Bring these cupcakes and you're invited every St. Patty's Day. So this is keeping it simple, sister. It's our Turn.Style, our Baily's Irish cream frosting for our stout cupcakes. Okay, first of all, open, smell. Oh, the angels, did you hear them? Did you hear them? Oh. What I've done is I have softened a package of cream cheese. See how soft that is now? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mash it. It's a cream cheese frosting, basically. And I'm going to add, look at that. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of confectioner's sugar. Not granulated sugar, confectioner's sugar. Okay? Okay, so I have my confectioner's sugar, and I said 1/2 cup, 1/4 cup. What I like to do is I like to start out with 1/4 cup Actually, a third's even better. And then add on. Because you don't want it too sweet, because the cupcakes will handle that. So here's my third cup. Okay. Oh, a little more than a third cup. It's good. It's all good. It's all good. When I cook savory, never enough garlic. When I bake, sugar is queen. Garlic is king and sugar is queen. So I'm going to mash that. The beauty of confectioner sugar is that it just blends in so beautifully. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mash it by myself. I'm not going to use the blender. You can, but I don't know. I like doing it myself. Like when I make my own butters, I mash them myself. Again, the recipe's on. It's our Turn.Style, where I make better butters. And they're good too. Savory and dessert. Oh, it's coming together so nicely. Now, I know what you're saying. Michelle, you forgot something. I didn't forget anything. Okay, when I get the majority of my sugar in here, now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just taste it to make sure there's enough sugar in there. I can always add, I can't take out. Okay. It's like it seems like I can always add weight, but I don't seem to be able to take it off. Good thing. Okay, I'm just going to take a little, actually I'm not. I'm going to take a little spoon, actually a little knife, a little bit. Remember I started out with that third? I'm going to add a little more. Add a little more. That brings me to the half cup. That's because that's what I liked. And you know what? You come to my house, you eat what I like. And it's a good thing that everyone else likes it too. Okay, so now I have that. And what I'm going to add to this fantastic cream cheese frosting, it doesn't look like the thing you smear on a bagel anymore. I mean, you could. It would probably be really good. In fact, I think it'd be awesome. Okay. That's almost all incorporated. Now my turn for the Baileys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put I'm going to put 1/4 cup of Baileys inside of this. Inside of this. Okay. There we go, 1/4 cup. So good. So here we go. I kind of made like a well. I'm going to put part of it in, just like what we did for our batter before. And I'm going to mash it in. I'm going to fold it actually inside. And I know it looks very liquidy at first, but it's not going to be. It is not going to be that muddy after all. Oh my God. You know when something's good, when you just want to eat it right then and there. And I do. All right, there's my frosting. And I can add a little more of my Baileys. There's the rest of my 1/4 cup. I did it. I went the whole way. So I'm going to incorporate it. Now, it's going to look mushy, but it's going to stand for a little bit, and then it absorbs. Somehow it absorbs. Oh, it's so good. Now what's really the beauty of this is the bittersweet of the stout cupcake. When you bite into it, because we stuff it with this, we fill it, stuff it. It kind of tells you how my theory, my philosophy, when you go for it, you go for it. When you fill or stuff your cupcake with this sweet Irish cream frosting filler, the combination is just so good. So good. Okay. All right. The cupcakes are ready to go in. And I'm going to let the frosting stand for a couple of minutes. So we're going to start our cupcakes 350 degrees in our oven, our convection oven. So convection oven. And we're going to try 20 minutes. Put our toothpick in it to see if it's ready, if it comes out clean. If it is, out they come. If not, they stay in. Can't wait. Going in. Going in. Okay. Okay, cupcakes are out of the oven, and it was exactly 20 minutes that the toothpick pulled out clean. And that's when you know they're done. So I let them cool down. And what I did is I hollowed out, that's Graham, I hollowed out one of the centers. And I'll show you, it's really very simple. Just making a little, not digging all the way down, but halfway. Halfway. Here we go. Halfway around. Just halfway. Simple, simple. Okay, cupcakes out of the oven. It was exactly 20 minutes from when I put it in that they were ready. Toothpick came out clean, ready to go. Let them cool off a little bit. And what I've done is I've taken a sharp knife and I've cut a little hole inside the middle. Just my 4 cuts, not all the way down, just halfway. And it comes out. So we have a nice little space. Oh, what should go in that space? Well, I'll tell you what should go in that space. This fantastic Baily's Irish cream frosting, in our case filling. So what I've done here is I'm going to show you, you can use a fancy pastry bag, and I have them, but you know what, this is easier. I cut a little bit of the corner off my plastic bag, and what I'm going to do is open it up. I know you've seen this a million times, so let's make it 1,000,001. Fold it a little, put it in there. Just going to fill up my bag. Doesn't have to be all the way. Let me just do that much, half of it. No big deal. Shake it on down. Shake it on down. Shake it on down. All right, there we go. And push it towards the corner. And there it is. So here's the hole in the cupcake. And there's my frosting. And I'm going to just put it right inside. Yum. So I'm going to do that for all my cupcakes. They're all done. That's so good. I'm going to take the remainder of my frosting, and all we're going to do, you can use a spatula, you can do whatever you'd like. Just going to put a little bit on top, spread it around, and you don't need a lot because, don't forget, when you take a bite, it's there. All right, there we go. Now that's nice, but you know what would be even better? A little bit of green sugar, the crystal sugar. Isn't that pretty? Just a little bit to say it's St. Patty's Day. There you go. Now that is a very, very pretty cupcake. Looks are nice, but the important thing is how does it taste? Well, put that in there. It's nice to have the cupcake, but what? So here's our cupcake. And yes, looks mean a lot in baking, but the most important thing is flavor. And cupcakes are great, and especially this stout cupcake, but we're celebrating St. Patrick's Day. So what I thought I would do is I made myself a nice cup of coffee. I'm going to add some Baily's Irish cream inside. Oh yes, I did. Oh, that's so good. And if you'd like, you can even put a dab of whipped cream on it, but I didn't want to go that far. I'm going to save some calories. No, really, I just don't want any. But here's our cupcake. And now, to show you how really good they are, I'm going to have to test it for you. And I say repeatedly, that's the best part of the job. Okay, there's the cupcake. It's decadent. It's delicious. It's got a little bit of bitterness from the stout. Not overwhelmingly, but just a touch of it, which balances perfectly with the sweetness, the chocolate. And then you have the sweet, whiskey-like flavor, creaminess, sweetness of the frosting filling. Well, this is Michelle from It's Our Turn.Style, and if you like this recipe, we've got tons more on YouTube. So, subscribe to It's Our Turn.Style. You won't regret it because the recipes and the crafts and the gardening is just fantastic and well worth the view. Or check us out on Facebook at It's Our Turn.Style. Have a really great, fantastic Luck of the Irish St. Patty's Day. Oh, that's good. You want one? That better be on there. Yeah, red dot.